butters, and I was trying to get it before we got here. Hi.
I know about being here by myself. So
Yes, it
just in here. So
Hey.
I went ahead and I sent her the and
Hi, Miss Naja. How are you?
Hey. I'm
Am I
trying to
pronouncing
get
your
it.
name correctly?
Yep, you saying it right. I was trying to get it on the computer and it's not letting me link into the live from the computer for some
I'm
reason.
sorry
It's
about
okay.
that.
That's okay. We're gonna use this good old phone.
You're absolutely right, by any means necessary. So I
Yeah.
just want to welcome everyone to Sister Soul Sessions Live. My name is Brandy. I do go by B. I'm the Executive Creative Director. It is Season 3, Episode 17, with our special guest, Miss Naja. She is with Pritsy Organics. Did you want to go ahead and introduce yourself quickly?
Sure. So, hey, y'all, I am Naja, owner and founder of Pritsy Organics. We are a luxury skincare brand. We make body butters, perfume oils, and yeah, everything is natural with organic ingredients. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely welcome. So I just want to go ahead and get started. My first question for you was going to be, what inspired you to create Prissy Organics, and what was the first product you launched?
Ooh, okay. So, inspiration wise, I really always dreamed of being an entrepreneur. That's like always been a dream since I was young. But I finally, like, just built up the courage to say, okay, let me just go for it. And I was in cosmetology school.
Mhm.
And it actually started off as I actually wanted Pretty to be a hair care brand. And I started off with hair oil. Hair oil was our very first product. And yeah, crazy, right? And it did well, and it did so well, and I really just loved entrepreneurship. And my kids actually had dry skin, very dry skin, and I
Mhm.
didn't like lotion. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make me something. And I started doing research and really learning about natural skincare products. And of course, we all know shea butter has been around since the beginning of time,
Mhm.
but I don't like the smell of just natural shea
Right.
butter. So so that was how Pretty like really came to fruition, is because I was like, okay, how can we make this smell good where, I would want to use it, and that's how it started.
Thank you so much for answering that. And building a six-figure business in 2 years is incredible. And also, I want to congratulate you for that. I
Thank
do watch
you.
a lot of your reels about your journey, and they're definitely very motivating. How you talk about like the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur and things of that sort. So, what do you think were the key factors to your rapid success?
Um Consistency, hard work. Um Definitely. um Oh, I would just say really working extremely hard. I really started from the bottom, no followers, no knowledge. And I really started to understand social media, and that in order to be seen, you have to post, regardless of whether you feel it's ready or it's perfect. Sometimes you just have to go with your intuition and, be dedicated to what you're doing. Make sure you're improving, you're listening to the customers, what they want, what they're saying, what's their feedback. Those were very important things in the beginning of getting the business going, because it was not perfect in the in the beginning, of course. And I listened to my customers and what they wanted, and I improved on that. And then just being consistent. You have to post 3 to 4 times a day. You have to make content when you don't feel like it. You have to pack orders and make products when you don't feel like it. I started off with a job, getting off of work with 3 kids. It was not easy. And people think success comes overnight. It doesn't.
No.
You have people who are lucky, they go viral, but that is not reality for the average person. The average person is working hard on the ground, and you build up to that point. So for me, it was really just being persistent, being dedicated, being committed, and really just working hard.
I know, because a lot of times I see you like packing and stuffing things on your own. So is there not anyone else on your team? Is it solely just you? Like you are packing, you are shipping them out yourself?
Yes. So, a lot of people who have been following me before, my dad was a big help for me when I was doing Pritsy Organic, and my father passed away last year. So, after my father passed away, I still get help from a few friends and family here and there, but majority of people have a job that they have to go to pay their bills. So
Yeah.
I literally do the making of the product, the packing of the product, the shipping. I do everything. All the content posted is created by me. Like, I literally do everything. But I also learned, I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. So I find that sometimes, if you want to get help, that's great, but then you'll find out that you were better off just doing it by yourself. And for me, I feel like until we go to that next level where I have to like increase production and really get a team, it just works for me right now. We're growing, and I still look at us as a small business. I don't look at us like, we're not a big business yet. So for me right now, it's just me. But I hope in the near future that we can grow to the point that I can then really actually start getting help and, employing people and helping people make money. Like, that's the goal, that's the dream. But we ain't there yet, but we working to it.
And when you touched on as far as like just enlisting and helping, first of all, let me just give my condolences for the loss of your father. That's
Thank
very
you.
tough.
Yes.
And most certainly when you talk about as far as needing the help or looking to others to help you, would you say that was one of your biggest challenges you faced early on in your journey with Pritsy Organics?
Um, Not really, because it actually it wasn't it happened gradually, but then it kind of like increased very dramatically, very quickly. Um and I just handled it. I pull reports. I'm very organized. So I'm like, okay, let me see what's actually selling, what I need to make so that I can make sure I'm utilizing my time efficiently, so I wouldn't be just making products and, you got stuff sitting on the shelf. It's unnecessary. So I took my
Mhm.
time to make sure that I could, make it flow for me. And for the most part, I would say I'm able to handle it. Some people may say our shipping is a little slower than they would like, but that's that's what comes with a small business, especially when you're making the product.
Mhm.
If I was using a manufacturer and I was not making it, I could send it to you the next day. It would take no time. But when you have to literally make products from scratch, it's going to always take time. So that's kind of how I handled that. But as far as really needing extra help, it's you just got to work hard. I don't know. I'm the type of person, I just go. I don't have
You
time
just
to be
roll
waiting
them
on
sleeves
nobody.
up and you just get it done.
Yep.
You just get to it.
Yep.
So just so y'all know, when y'all out here, y'all purchase our product, just know it was made with love and hard work and
Yes.
appreciate it.
Completely. From the beginning to the end until it reaches the post office, it is handled with love and care.
And I will say that I do know a lot of entrepreneurs who do use like manufacturers and things of that sort. I feel like when you go to a manufacturer, they may not make it the way in which you make it. And not every
Mhm. Mhm.
product is going to be the same either. That's what
Exactly.
I can appreciate.
So that's really big with manufacturing, because of course they'll try to alter your ingredients to make it more affordable to produce. So a lot of people don't realize when you're a small business and you're making products, it's very expensive because we're buying at such a low quantity compared to bigger brands or manufacturers. But then they also alter the ingredients for shelf life. For when you're making such, large quantities of a product, there will have to be some type of alterations just to make sure that that product can last in such a big quantity. But for us, I feel like what was important with my brand was sticking to the basis and keeping the formula natural and organic. And so, that's why you're buying real product.
Right.
um for me, I think about, like, when you think about getting bigger in manufacturing, that's also a little scary to me, honestly.
Yeah.
um because I think about, okay, as we grow, I'm going to have to literally probably get my own warehouse or something and manufacture my own products if, I want them to stay the way that they are. So, that's why when I tell my customers, just be patient. It's being made, it's real organic ingredients. You're not going to break out. I don't get emails saying, hey, I broke out from your product, or, I had this reaction, because we're using real natural ingredients. And that's what the basis and foundation of Pritsy is, clean skincare that actually smells good. We don't always want to smell like shea butter. We still want to smell good with our clean products.
No, you're right. And I love it. I know my sister Diamond is in here. She is just one of your biggest customers, and she tells me all the time, like the different ones that she purchased. She layers them, all types of stuff, and I'm super
Yes.
excited to support. I was trying to get a product prior to our episode, but I didn't get a chance to do it. I'm still going to
You
support
know
you
what?
for
And I thought about that. I was like, I should have sent her some products so that she could have smelled them live, but that's okay because we can run it back. I'm going to send you some products. So you send me your information. I'm going to send you some anyway. So don't even worry about it.
I appreciate it. My next question was going to be, how has a family-oriented business owner shaped your brand and the way you operate?
Say that again. It broke up a little bit on me.
No worries. The question was, how has being a family-oriented business owner shaped your brand and the way that you operate? That's pretty much.
Um, it's shaped it a lot because for me, by being a business owner, it allowed me to have more time with my children. Be able to be flexible. A lot of times I could get stuff done during the day that when I had a job I was not able to do. But then, being an entrepreneur, you're gonna come home and you might be up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because you was doing other stuff. But it shaped my brand a lot, but in the best way possible. I'm able to do everything I want to do when I want to do it, how I want to do it. I'm able to give my children the time that they deserve. That was actually a big reason that I quit my job. So when I started Pritsy Organics and it was doing well, when I quit, we were not a six-figure business. I quit because my daughter has epilepsy, my middle child, and she was having seizures, and I didn't like the way that my job was treating me. I had FMLA, I was giving them the proper documentation, and it was like, oh yeah, this is great, but you're missing days. And it's like, well, so
Like, that's why I'm coming to y'all, so y'all can give me the time that's needed.
exactly. So it really allowed me to say, you know what? I'm gonna just get what can my business be if I were able to give my business more time, my children more time, how would my life be then? And it's been nothing but a blessing. I mean, it's not always peaches and cream. It's still tight, we still check the check from time to time, and it gets hard, but when you look at all the blessings in it, I have no complaints. It's definitely allows you that time with your family for sure.
Good. And how is your daughter nowadays?
She's actually doing great. We're coming into December and I think she's only had maybe one seizure this year. Her seizures improved a lot, because of course epilepsy is very complex and everyone's triggers are different, and
Mhm.
one of my daughter's triggers was not getting adequate sleep. And so when I was working my job, I used to work at the VA hospital. I had to be there at 7:30. So I would get up about 5:30 to have the kids at daycare by 6:30, to get to work. And when I quit the job and she was able to sleep longer, we instantly saw an improvement in her epilepsy. And over time, it just became less frequent and less frequent. So now she only does annual follow-ups with the neurologist, and she's doing great.
Well, definitely that's a blessing. I most certainly am happy to hear that. And
Yes.
you already know it's worth the actual, like, the
Yes.
risk.
Yes, absolutely.
So my next question is going to be, can you tell us more about the 100,000 worth of game masterclass and what participants can expect?
Ooh. So that is coming hopefully this 2025. My goal is really to help entrepreneurs like myself grow their businesses to the next level. A lot of people think with business that you're going to get the success overnight, and it's just not that. With $100,000 worth of game, what I want to do is teach people really the formula that I use to grow my business. And it's really not a complex formula, but really key in and give people a one-on-one experience with me where they can ask all the questions that they want, ask about marketing, ask about your Shopify store and just growing your business, and really how I did what I did from the beginning to the end, because it happened pretty quick. Like it was almost, it was scary. It was like it happened so quick. It was kind of crazy, but I really want to pass that on to people. I feel like as Black people, we're underprivileged. We're not given information. A lot of the information that we do gather is literally by getting on the ground and learning. Nobody really reaches back and help us to grow. And I really want to tap into that as far as helping people with growing businesses. Like I'm a person that I really love everybody. Like, if you love me, you showing me love, I'm gonna show you love. I'm gonna share your business. I'm gonna like your stuff. Like, I'm that type of person. So I really want to bring that to the next level, and show some other entrepreneurs how they can grow their businesses and get some success and get some time back with their family and their children, and just enjoy what it means to be an entrepreneur. But it comes with hard work. Most people don't want to put the work in.
No, they
They think
don't.
it's gonna be
They're
easy, and it
like,
ain't easy.
they feel like they're going to pay for a class, they will get the information, but they're not going to actually apply the information that they've learned.
Exactly. Well, they say that you could talk to them. It's a saying. Oh, I wish I could think of it right on the spot, but it's like basically saying like how if you took 100 people in the room, out of all of those people, 90% of the people are not going to implement. Only 10 people or less will actually take that information that they learned and implement it and use it. So, that's that's something else to talk about, but yeah.
Yeah, lots of people say that for another live. And
Yes.
I will say this within our community specifically, I feel like it's a lot of gatekeeping.
Ooh,
It is a
ooh,
lot of
ooh.
gatekeeping.
A
That's
whole
that's
lot.
that's for another
A
live.
whole
That's for another live.
lot.
But definitely in our community, there is a lot of gatekeeping, and I'm just like, if you share
Absolutely.
information, we help each other out, we can grow. But I leave
Well,
that.
I think that comes because we have bad experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I could say for myself, I had to learn not to be so nice. You be nice to people, you help people, and they will stab you in the back. um, I'm not gonna say any names, but like I had a particular situation that most of my followers know about, is my page was being deactivated for a year straight because someone was harassing and reporting my account. So yeah. Insa- Insanity at the peak of my business. This was at the peak of my business doing well. Like, I literally made Vogue and didn't even get to post it some months later because I had no page. um, so I think with that, some people just gatekeep for the wrong reasons. But I think some people also are scared. They feel like, what if I'm giving this information to the wrong person, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like as a person, when you talk to people and you interact with people, you'll see their sincerity, and you have those conversations, and it's clear who's being real and who isn't. So.
Just
But yeah, gatekeeping is real.
discernment.
I got some customers that told me like, yeah, I be gatekeeping because I don't want nobody smelling like me, and I'm like, girl,
Mm,
we was over here. We
that
need some
sounds
orders.
so
Like, if you want
familiar.
Prissy to stay around, you need to be telling everybody you can tell.
No, I definitely can appreciate that. Diamond is one of those persons. I'm so sorry, sis. Diamond is definitely one of those persons. She will not share her formula with nobody.
see, 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 see.
Nobody.
See, I had one of my favorite cousins. We was talking about this because she's so funny, and she called me one night. She go, Cause I was at the club and I had on that body butter. She like, and this guy walked up to me and he was like, "Yeah, I smell that baccarat. You smell like that baccarat." She was like, "But I didn't want to tell him that I had on Pritsy." I was like, I said, you just went along like, mm-hmm. And she like, "Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't tell him. I did tell him." I'm like, "Cause you can't be gatekeeping."
What did you say, Diamond? No, I need everybody to be smelling pretty. Right, right. So when they ask, what are you wearing? You just tell them pretty. You don't have to tell them like your
I'm about
whole
to say that's
formula. Just like, hey, you know what?
exactly.
I'm
Don't
wearing
tell them
pretty.
the scent. Just don't tell
Yeah.
them the scent. Tell them, look, you're gonna have to order you some samples and find out which one is for you. But she definitely got something you gonna like.
I'll share her page and products in a heartbeat. That is very true. That's very true. Because that's how I found out about you was through my sister. Um,
Amazing.
oh yeah, I was going to ask about British Vogue and Essence. So how did it feel to achieve that level of recognition?
Oh, it was a shock. I almost felt like I know people speak of it like the imposter
Mhm.
syndrome, but that is like a real thing because it was like, whoa, like how did this happen? They emailed me. It's not something that you go looking for or you knew it was coming. It's like I'm just checking my emails and I'm looking and I'm like, British Vogue, and they emailed me. They wanted to feature us in their magazine, and I'm like, heck yeah. Absolutely. So it was definitely a great feeling. Like I said, I didn't really get to post it right away, so I didn't get to quite enjoy it in the moment. But I think for me, it became real when I actually got the hard copies. So I actually have those magazines that we're featured in. It's three of them. It was a 3 month special during the Christmas holiday season. So I think that was it was an amazing accomplishment. It's kind of, I don't want to use the word scary again. I'm always saying that, but it's almost like when you get an accomplishment, it's like, okay, how we gonna top that? Like, it sets the bar so high. But it definitely was a great accomplishment for us. I was stoked. I mean, to make Vogue from your house is insane to
Yeah,
me. So,
that's a huge
so anything is
accomplishment.
possible. Anything is possible. Like literally anything is possible. You just got to work hard.
No, congratulations again on that. That's a big
Thank
deal.
you.
Definitely, I really do hope that you look at those magazines every day and you just tell yourself, you know what, I did it from the ground up, and you're just going up from there, honestly.
Yes, amen to that. And
Amen.
giving God
Amen.
his glory, because I'm definitely a big person of faith. So yes, absolutely.
One of God's favorites. Oh man. So my
Man.
next question was going to be, if you could go back and give advice to your younger self when you were starting out, what would you say?
Um Advice to my younger self. I would say don't be so sensitive. Don't be so expecting. A lot of times we think that friends and family, they're going to give you this outpouring love and support, and it just does not happen that way. And you will find yourself disappointed, thinking that those people would show up the way you want them to. So I would tell my younger self to just work hard, tunnel vision. Um, you know don't don't expect the worst, of course, but just hmm I'm so wordy. just um just to yeah, have that tunnel vision, really work hard, have that tunnel vision, and just block out anything that you expect, because you'll find when you expect things, they never go how you want them to go. They usually go an entire different way that you never even anticipated. So being adaptable, being flexible, being willing to listen and learn, always having your ears open. Those would be some of the key things I would tell myself.
I think that's great advice. And even myself and the ladies that I do the live with, usually in Sister Soul Sessions, like a lot of our support come from strangers. It does not come from friends or family. I mean, I'm
Exactly.
grateful tonight that I have a lot of my friends and my partners on here as well. But other than that, we don't really get a lot of support from our friends and family. It
Exactly.
actually just comes from strangers and other entrepreneurs.
Well, listen, when you start growing, it gets more disappointing.
It
It's like
does. It
you
really
would
does.
think people would be happy for you. I will say though, I do have some great core friends and family who have been there from day one. We're not going to exclude those, but it definitely comes from the strangers. Like, strangers really are what grew Pritsy Organics. I mean, in the internet is an amazing tool to be able to reach people you've never would have crossed paths with. You never may have never had an opportunity to have a conversation. The internet has completely changed that. You think about, like, back in the day of having a store, you're literally waiting on customers to walk through your door. Now with the internet, you just have access to reach so many more people that it doesn't matter that those friends and family don't support, or that they don't support, because those strangers and those people who you're interacting with on social media, they show up. They show up big time. They liking, they sharing, they're telling friends and family. um I've made real friendships with some of my customers just from being there in the beginning of my journey, and seeing what you're going through. And like I said, when I as we spoke about earlier, when my father passed away, reaching out, hey, are you okay? We're here for you. Take your time, really showing genuine love. And, you can get that without having to get it from friends and families. People will show up for you, especially when they see you sincere, and, you're reciprocating that energy. Because, like, for myself, I follow followers back. If my girls are making perfume content, or they're into what we into, I follow people back. I get on there and like they post, and okay, girl, I see you, happy birthday. You have to engage with people, and it'll just come naturally.
It does. And you touched on something that's very important as well, engagement. There are a lot of entrepreneurs out there who just feel like, okay, I'm going to post my stuff. People are going to like it. They're going to purchase things of that sort. Well, you have to reciprocate that as well. Follow
Mm-hmm.
your people back. Follow your customers. Tell them thank you. Things of that sort.
Yes,
You don't get a lot of
absolutely.
things.
Absolutely, yeah. They think that, and then they wonder why they're not getting the orders, because you can't just post. Just think about when you're on social media. You know what I'm saying? You get on your phone and you scrolling, so you have to be able to capture someone's attention. And then, when you talk about research and knowledge, it takes someone psychologically 7 to 9 times to see you before they commit to a purchase. So when you know things like that, then you know that that will be a false reality to think that you could just post one thing and it's just going to bring all these orders. It don't work like that.
Mm-mm.
Not even a little bit.
So I was going to ask, my next question is your upcoming body gloss. I saw that. I want to
Woo,
hear more
yeah.
about it.
You know what? So I wasn't even gonna, like, make the announcement yet, and I was like, I'm gonna do a little soft announcement and see what the girls say, because they've been asking for it. But, like, when you're bringing new products, it's so expensive because you have to buy new ingredients, you got to buy new containers, you got to add some more labels and variations, and increase the productivity. But I'm like, I cannot let another moment go by without giving these women these body oils. So yes, we're going to be bringing the body oils to match the rest of our skincare. And I'm really excited about that. They actually responded more than I even anticipated. I was like, okay, are you ready?
I seen it in the comments now. Everyone's like, come through with the body gloss.
Yeah,
Yes, bring it to the
I'm like,
body.
oh
Oh my
man,
God.
they've been waiting on me. And that's also another thing too, just with business, um, launching. I learned that over time. Initially I would just put something on there and be like, y'all go buy it. But then, once you start learning business and strategy, you learn about officially launching a product. Don't just drop it, launch it, build up the anticipation, let the ladies know it's coming, get their feedback, see they're already commenting what sense they want. So that also helps me, right, when I'm going to make my decision on what scents we're going to release, as far as, what will perform better, or, what's selling more, because we don't want to release a scent and it's not
No.
even it's not even a scent that's popular, right? We want to
Mhm.
get the girls what they want, and they already commented. So that's why, doubling back on what we said earlier with listening to your customer, because you're not making the products for you, the business owner, you're making the products for your customers. So that's who you need to be listening to.
Yeah. So y'all hear that? Y'all go to her page at Pritsy Organics. If you
Yes,
have a favorite scent, definitely let her know, and she may bring that out as a body gloss.
yes, yes. The whole new fall collection was all new release scents. I literally got rid of all of our top selling products, put them on hold, and brought an entire new collection. But the catch was, a lot of the fragrances were scents that they had been asking for. And so, again, you listen to the customers, let them tell you what they want, and you perform.
And that's how you do business. That's how it goes. So my next question was going to be, what has been the most rewarding moment for you as an entrepreneur so far?
Ooh, most rewarding moments. Um, I would definitely say, that's a deep question. Okay, it can go a couple ways, because of course I would say, you know what? I would say my most rewarding moment was definitely hitting six figures and celebrating with my girlfriends.
Okay.
Um, so when we were on our journey to six figures, that was in 2022, is when we had our very first big six-figure year. And it really, like, it just took off. It was happening so fast. um I hit six figures in 2022 in May, in 5 months. And my girls were like, because I'm really a little introvert too. They like, ma'am, we gotta celebrate. You not about to sit in this house and act like you didn't just do what you did. And we got seafood, we got balloons, we got a little cake, and we toasted and we partied and we had fun. And it was beautiful to be able to celebrate that, because I come up from a traditional upbringing of, you work hard, you go get you a good job, and that's how you pay your bills. And so it was like to finally get a little breath of air of that freedom of not being a slave to the clock anymore, but being able to full time be an entrepreneur and know that you're gonna at least be able to pay your bills. It was no better feeling in the world than that. That was probably the peak of when I really understood entrepreneurship. That
I would say
freedom.
that is top tier for sure. You
Yeah.
got to celebrate that with people closest to
Yes.
you, and it is for you and your accomplishments.
Yes. Yes.
I think
Absolutely.
that's very important. How do you see Pritsy Organics evolving over the next 5 years?
Ooh. Um. Hmm. In the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
We started in 2020, so we're currently in year 4.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be going into year 5 next year. Um, another 5 years, I cannot even begin to think where we could possibly be. In 5 years, I would say I hope to see Pritsy um in stores. Um, we are nationwide. We are also worldwide. We've been in 8, no, 9 different countries. We got a recent order for Jamaica. Um
What?
so I would say really seeing Prissy on the next level, getting ready for commercial. Upgrading labels, getting our containers ready to be on shelves in the stores, and really just going to that next level and still being owned by us. That's the goal.
My partner said, please be in Target.
Okay. You know what? You know who my dream story is? I ain't even gonna lie. I want to get in Sephora or like Ulta.
And you
I
can. They have a
I
program for that. I worked for
yes.
Sephora for 10 years. They do have a program for that.
So for me, my
Mm-hmm.
thing is getting ready for that next level of manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
So we know when you get ready, get ready to go into stores, you have to be ready to produce those type of units. So
Yes.
I think that's the next step, but I feel like you have to go through the process. You have to keep growing organically till you can afford to increase the inventory that you're putting out, because
Mm-hmm.
we know with those type of companies, I get offers all the time, even Amazon. I've had a lot of people call me, and it's like, you have to be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to call you and say, hey, we want 10,000 units of this product to try you
Mm-hmm.
out, of your best selling scents, and we're going to need it by XYZ date, and we're going to give you XYZ. You got to be ready to do that. So I think for me, I have to be honest and say, no, I'm not ready for that yet, but we will be. We'll get there.
So then my follow-up question would be, what would it take, or what does that process look like to get there?
That process looks like growing. With small businesses, especially minority owned businesses, getting
Mm-hmm.
capital is a real thing. You see brand people like Fearless Fund. Have you ever heard of Fearless Fund? Do you follow them?
I have not, but I will after this
Okay.
live.
Fearless Fund, they actually specialize in giving capital to minority owned businesses. They're black owned, amazing, phenomenal black women. Um, they were actually attacked and sued because of them focusing on minorities with funding. And the thing was, well, if these big corporations can only give funding to a certain group of people, right, and leave this group under marginalized and not receiving funding, then how is it a problem when we come together and fund ourselves? So, the main thing would be, is having to grow organically. Most black businesses that you see in stores, they made their millions before they got in those stores. And it's because of access to capital. You have to be able to have the money to put up that demand and really get in those businesses. I mean, get in those stores. So it looks like working hard and growing to the point where you grow to the level where you then can probably afford really to put yourself to make it undeniable. Those people who are in the stores, they grew their businesses to the point that they were undeniable. Their following, their customers, they were so big, it was like, how are they not in the stores?
Right.
So you see that a lot with black businesses because it's capital. It's expensive to make a product, and to produce that type of quantity takes a lot of money. Like we said, even at a small number like 10,000 units, that would cost a lot of money
Yes.
to make that quantity of product and have it at a store. So it's growing. It's growing. It's gradually growing until we at that level. As you grow, when you go through the process of growing, then you talk about maybe getting your own warehouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And increasing your productivity. So now as your productivity increases, because you're naturally growing off of your own money, at that point, then you can look to get ready to start actually acting upon those offers and being ready. Because I've even had big marketing agencies, and reach out, and they're like, look, Prissy has the potential to be in the stores. We can get you in the stores. But then it's like, what's the catch? Oh, you want $5,000 to $7,000 a month for your services. So yeah. So literally, so you have to be ready for what you're asking for. And for me, I do understand that I want to grow to the point where I got my 5 to 7,000, and now I can say, you know
Right.
what? Come on, now I'm ready. So it's really just growing. And Shopify is also great platform with having a business. Shopify gives loans. If your business is performing well, Shopify will give you money. If they see your business is growing, they will give you money. So that's another way I was able to grow Pritsy Organics, was a lot through just working hard. They saw how well my store was performing, the numbers of what I'm bringing in, and they'll give you money based upon that. It's not based upon your credit or nothing. So really just working hard until you're ready to be at that level. I know personally, people be like, "Oh, you ready?" Not at all. Not even a little bit. No, I'm not.
At
No,
least
I
you
am not.
honest about it though.
Very
Most people,
honest.
if they could talk, be like, "Yeah, I got it. I'll be ready
No,
anytime."
because
Like,
yeah,
no.
because you got to be realistic about what you're asking for. It's like even with like going viral, it's like, yeah, that's great, but just think realistically. If you go viral, you say, okay, you got 5,000 orders tomorrow. That's a year's worth of work. That's a year's worth of work at one time. So, when you understand that, then you know that you just have to go through the process and just ride the wave until it's your time, and sometimes God say, you know what, right now figure out how you gonna get them out. But you just gotta ride that wave.
You just gotta be ready,
Yep.
ready for that call. Like, okay,
Yep.
I got this. I
Yep.
can do it.
That part.
And I hope y'all are listening because she definitely was dropping a lot of gems
I
these
hope
past couple of minutes.
so.
I really hope y'all are paying attention.
I hope so. I've learned a lot. I don't know if you, well, you probably didn't see it because it's not pinned anymore, but I did the Madam CJ Walker program with New
Yes,
Voices, with the New
yes.
Voice Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of them? Okay. So I learned about the New Voice Foundation. I have been following them for a while, and they have a program, an entrepreneur program that you can apply for.
Mm-hmm.
And me being me, I applied, but I got picked. And
How did that feel?
that that was great, but that was also I would say one of my biggest learning experiences. Um with that program, for one, they specialize on focusing again on minority owned businesses. But I will say that entire program was full of Black, Hispanic entrepreneurs who started from the ground and worked their way up. And I felt like the little person in the room. I just wanted to be quiet and listen because they were dropping gems. And that's when I also learned, like, you really have to, as a Black owned business, you have to hit that $1 million mark on your own. It was girls in there, and they were already past the million mark. They did been there, done that, and still were having hard times getting capital. $1 million businesses. And I was able to see this firsthand. So it showed me then, I understood right away, like, you just got to work hard and do your thing and go at your pace, and work your way up until the time is right for you. But that was a very big learning experience because we talked about marketing, we talked about sales, we talked about the personals, just dealing with being a business owner and the many hats that you wear. We talked about numbers. Like, it was really an amazing program. For anybody who follows them, if you don't follow them, you should be following them. They're great for motivation as far as just small businesses and entrepreneurs. um and if people don't know the backstory, I'll give a little bit. New Voice Foundation was founded by the original owner of Shea Moisture. And the owner of Shea Moisture, I don't know if people know. I don't know. I might be talking too much, but anyway, I'm gonna spill the tea. He sold Shea Moisture. I think it was like $100 million or more. No exaggeration. You can look it up. And he started a venture capital fund to give money and access to small underprivileged businesses. And one of the programs of that foundation is they connected with the Madam CJ Walker Institute to create a program for entrepreneurs to come together, for us to get to meet each other. I follow so many amazing, phenomenal Black business women, and when I say that, that was game changing as far as information and just learning. Um, that was another thing I wanted to speak on, because that was major. I learned so many things in that program that you will not learn unless you've experienced it, or you're speaking with people who have experienced it. And that was amazing, because my page was being took then, and they were like, don't worry about it, you gonna get it back, that's okay, you can just focus on the program more right now, you ain't got nothing distracting you. It just was that constant positivity. And that was big, linking with other entrepreneurs and bouncing ideas, and just knowing you're not the only person that feels this way, or you're the only person that's experiencing something. That's very much needed in our community. So yeah.
It's very important to be around our people who are entrepreneurs, to share those experiences with each other, learn from each
Yes,
other, and grow together. So I would say as well, like it's needed and it's very important.
absolutely, absolutely.
So my last question is going to be, because see, we're almost at that time. Most
Yes.
people, they need a few minutes to answer this question.
Okay,
So the
okay.
question is, if you were to write a memoir of your life,
Ooh.
what would the title be?
Oh my God. What would the title be? A memoir of my life.
Hmm.
Um, um
And Brittany, if you're in here, write it down, please. I
the
don't ever see
title of
nobody.
my life? Oh my
Yes,
God.
the memoir of your life.
Um,
What would the title be? Thank you, Brittany.
uh-oh, see somebody coming with some updates.
Oh yeah.
9-digit undisclosed payment. Look, that's why I said don't quote me. It was a lot of money, but I know. The title of my life. Oh my God. Um,
Hmm.
mm, I, I would say,
I asked it wrong. Brittany said if you had to give the title to the memoir of your life this far, what would the title be and why? Thank you, Brittany.
oh,
That
that
just
ain't
made it even
help.
harder, though. To
That
be
ain't
honest, I was
help.
about to say
That
that made it harder. So I gave you the shorter.
ain't, mm,
So while she's answering, everyone who is still in here watching the live, please go follow Miss Naja, please, and
I would
support her.
say perseverance. Um, the why. I would
Hmm.
say perseverance because um I have went through a lot of things in my life that have made, mold, and shaped me to the person that I am today. And I would say that we have to understand that no matter what we go through, no matter how hard it gets, you have to keep going. There is light at the end of that tunnel, even on your worst days. Um, when you don't feel like it, when you're sick, when you think you can't look any further, you still have to persevere and keep going. So I would say like perseverance, because I've really been through a lot. Some of my day one followers know my story, but losing my father, that was just a piece of the story. I went to 13 funerals in 2023.
Oh, all
That
right.
was 1 year. That was just 1 year. And we're talking about close friends, close relatives, close cousins. Um, my daughter's father, that was not last year though, that was 2020. But through all of those things, they made me stronger. They made me the person I am. They showed me my strength, right? Because you don't know how you'll react, or how you'll get through a situation until you just go through it, till you actually go through it. And there were many a days where I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to do nothing. I don't, you just going through the motions of survival. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would say perseverance, because one thing I've learned in life is that everyone has a story. Everyone has things that they're going through. Everyone is going through unseen battles. Everyone is dealing with some type of hardship, no matter what that may be, whether it's health, whether it's finances, whether it's just life, whatever. Everyone is going through something, especially nowadays
Oh
in
yeah.
today's economy and world. And through that, I would say you gotta persevere. You cannot stop. So it would be something along those lines that keep going.
Most certainly. We're going to go ahead and I thank you so much for answering that question. And we're
Yes.
going to go ahead and close out. I made sure to pin your
Yes.
page, Miss Diamond. I went ahead and put that there. So I
Yes.
pinned it for
Thank you,
everybody to please
Diamond. That's
follow
my
her.
baby. That's my boo. She know it. That's what I'm saying. So you make real connections and friendships with people through social media. We ain't never met, but that's my boo.
Absolutely. She told me that. That's my boo. You can write interview my boo. I'm like, yes, she going to be on
Seriously,
here.
yes. And that's how it happens. Just like this live right now. Come on now. It speaks for itself. It just
You family. So at this point, you family. So.
hello, hey
Hey,
cuz.
guys.
Period. So yeah, that's what I got for y'all. I'm so happy. I want to say I'm so happy about this podcast and this interview because again, I stay in my shell, y'all. I'm still getting used. You would think by now I am used to being on social media. I am not.
You share your story a lot and you share your process a lot, but I
But
get
if
it.
you pay attention with I'm just now getting in front of the camera and making the content. A lot of content that I make
Mhm.
is just me showing the process, so I don't have to talk. So you ain't got to see my face. So I'm really like knowing that you have to network and get out of your shell and talk to people. I don't have a problem with talking to people. I actually talk well, but it's still getting over that fear of being in front of the camera, not knowing what questions is going to be asked, just going with the flow.
Yeah.
um I still think it's kind of crazy that the business is even where it's at now, because anybody that know me in real life will tell you I do not like being like all on the camera. My customers, they be like, Naja, why you don't be going live? I be like, for what? Why y'all need to see me? I'm working. Y'all know what I'm doing. But they like, no, you get your butt on here.
I mean, it's hard for me. Usually I have Brittany and I have Amanda, so usually they're here to kind of like ask things of that sort. And I'm usually just here like, I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna work the comment section. Y'all can do all that. It's kind of hard going on live, but I've done it for over a year. But I still get nervous. I definitely have my glass of wine right here to kind of just
See, I have
calm me
my little
down so I
coffee.
get it.
Yes, literally. Yeah. People think just because you on social media that, everybody is not a social media person.
No.
I think that's why like I'm still attacking TikTok. I've grew a lot on Instagram, but my TikTok following is low, and it's because I don't get on there and engage with people. I don't go live. Like, and they like, you got to get on there and go live. And I'm like, ugh.
Like,
Can't
I
you
know
go live
exactly
for
what you
me?
mean.
Make me a
Whew.
video, girl, please. I see you some free stuff. Make a video. I want to post y'all. I don't want to get on here.
So let me ask you this then, Naja. Would you go live again?
Of course. Of course. Yeah, absolutely. But just like on a regular basis,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
No.
working on it. We're going to start off with a small goal, like maybe once a month, then maybe break it down for every 2 weeks or something.
So then let me ask you this then, and then I have to end the live. But
Hey.
I was going to ask, if we extended a offer for you to be a guest host, a guest co-host on our live, would you do it?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yay.
because then the spotlight ain't all on me. I could just come in and add a little 2 cent here and there. But absolutely, yep. You can
Hey,
definitely
Brittany, she
count on
said
me.
she'd do it. She'd be a guest co-host. She said she'll do it.
Yeah, I
Just
sure
once a month, right?
will. Huh?
Just once a month.
We gonna work into it. Yeah, we could start off once a month. And if it, you know,
said start by doing promos. I mean, yeah, but even promos are kind of like, I don't know, you still gotta speak in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
But I get what you're saying, Grady.
Yep.
Um,
Absolutely.
but
But this
everybody,
was wonderful. Like I
this
felt
was
comfortable.
fun.
I'm so glad because we were both nervous, so that made me feel so much better. Because I'm like,
I'm
I'm
nervous
looking at
every
the
time.
time. I'm like, okay, let me get the computer ready. Then it wasn't working on the computer. I'm like, okay, just go and get on this phone. Okay, you can't hold out no more. Get on there. They waiting on you.
But I'm so happy for your
Thank
time, and
you.
I
Thank
thank you
you.
for the knowledge and jewels that you dropped today. And everybody, again, it is Pin. Please follow her page. And
Absolutely.
this was season 3, episode 17 with Pritsy Organics with our lovely host as well as guest, Miss Naja. And did you want to go ahead and share any of your other pages? I don't remember your coaching page.
See, here we go again. So my coaching page is Coach Pritsy. It's spelled the same way as Pritsy Organics. Um, I'll, I'll be back posting content on that page next year because I have not posted anything on that page yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna get back on it January. We're gonna finish off this year focusing on this year. But mainly follow Prissy Organics. I try to get people to follow the backup page, which is tagged in the bio. It's Prissy Organics LLC. And that just shows you how hard it is to grow a following. My backup page probably got like maybe 1,000 followers, and that's really important to me because we were literally getting our page deleted, like gone, Venito, Vamoose, and air. So it's like follow those backup pages. When y'all see people with backup pages, that is a real thing. Like when
It
you
makes
get
me nervous.
when
It
you
makes me nervous.
get cut off from the world and it's just like in an instant, yeah, that it sucks. It was many days I was crying like a big old baby, like this is not really happening. But again, um it just builds character, it builds strength. And if you can handle that, you can handle anything, whatever's coming next. Just think about when you grow, the bigger you get, you're going to have more haters. The haters going to be even
Oh,
more
yeah.
mad. So if they doing this at the low level, imagine what type of armor you need to have at that next level to deal with what comes with it. So, we just take it as a grain of salt and keep on pushing. And
Keep on
y'all,
trying.
that's it and that's all. So yeah, just follow Prissy Organics if you can. Follow Coach Prissy and follow that backup page, Prissy Organics LLC. That's the page we need y'all to be following.
Okay, I was about to say, so then I will go ahead and I will push that page and I'll push your backup
Yeah.
page.
Yes, thank you. And I appreciate you for having me. Um, Definitely inbox your information, and you gotta send me your scent style. So you gotta tell me you like fruity, floral, fresh. You gotta tell me your scent style so I can make sure that when I send your order, it's gonna be stuff that's in your style, so you're gonna like
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for
Thank
joining us. I
you.
hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and we'll be
Thank
in
you.
touch.
Thank you. You as well. And thank you everybody that was dropping the comments. I truly
Yes.
appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all follow if you're not already following, because again, I do follow back. So when y'all be following me, if your page is private and I click on there and I can't see nothing, then I'm not gonna follow you, because if I don't know you, then But if your page open and I can look and see, okay, you like perfume, I follow you. So definitely hit that follow button. We follow back over here. We show love and support.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good
You
night.
too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.